several goats. and I love them. I love them dearly, but I can't spend a lot of time hanging around. I see them during family occasions, things like that, but I can't spend a lot of my time hanging around. They're negative, and they'll influence you, try to influence you in a negative way, and I want to be a positive influence. Now, I love them, I'll speak to them, I'll fellowship with them just a short time, but I ain't going to hang out. I ain't going to go look them up. Sometimes they'll look me up, they need prayers up, they'll look me up, and that's fine. But and some of these same people, I've tried again and again and again to convey to them the decisions and choices that you make are why you're in the shape you're in. You made the choice and decision. Listen, I don't mind helping anyone that needs help. If I can help them, I don't mind that. But really, it really gnaws on my goat when I know I'm trying to help somebody who's not going to try to help themselves. And they're going to continue to do things. Listen, the definition, Einstein said this, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing the same way every day and expecting different results. That is insane. And yet we have millions across this country right now this morning who are doing that very thing. Some religiously. Some in the church. They're trying to do the same thing the same way every day and expect to get different results. That just doesn't happen like that. Listen, you don't sow beans and get tomatoes. It don't work that way. You don't plant corn and get cucumbers. Whatever you sow, the Bible said, that's what you reap. Whatever you plant, that's what's coming up. Amen? I'm preaching better than y'all shouting right now, but you'll catch up. Hallelujah. So, he had to be willing to make a change. He had to get away from his country. He had to get away from his family. And those influences, because why? Because they were worshiping idol gods. And there's sometimes you've got to get away from those folks who are going to be a negative influence on your life. Listen, for over 2 years, I worked as a counselor at a rehab place that was just for women or mothers. Young mothers who either were already expecting or who had small children, and they were hooked on drugs and they were needing deliverance and to get off of them. I was the spirituality counselor over there for 2 years. I worked with drug addicts every day, 5 days a week for 2 years. From 8 until 4 in the afternoon at least, sometimes a little longer. And the biggest thing that we had a problem getting across to them is, look, if you really want deliverance from this, there's some changes you're going to have to make. There's some changes in lifestyle. You can't go back. Once you leave here, this facility, you can't go back to the same old places, the same old people. If you do, listen, how many of you know that you may know, maybe you've been there before, I don't know, maybe you know some people who've been in rehab before, but you know you can't go back to the same crowd, the same place. And sometimes you almost just have to disown them. And sometimes it ain't just friends. Sometimes it's family, and sometimes it's immediate family. Because if they go back and get in the same old mix, they're going to relapse. It's like taking a jug of gasoline and sitting by an open fire and hoping it don't explode. Amen, Pastor Mike. So you got to be willing to change. Change is necessary. Let me, I didn't mean to just spend that much time there on that, but let me just, while I'm there, let me go ahead and hit this. Some of you heard me use this illustration before, some of you maybe haven't. Most of us, in our human nature, we hate change. Change is uncomfortable. It's something different. It's something new. It's different. It's uncomfortable. And we got some people say, oh, I'll never change. And they probably won't. And we got some people who's just change is like a dirty word to them. But how many of you understand and know this? If you are going to continue to live on this planet and live in this world, on this sod, you're going to make changes whether you want to or not.